They're going to use me as an example of the new future for stem cells.
Their disease itself is the risk, not my treatment.
High-priced and largely unregulated clinics are luring desperate people to Florida with promises of medical miracles. These businesses say stem cells harvested from patients' belly fat, bone marrow, or blood can be re-injected into their bodies to repair the damage inflicted by a staggering range of diseases. None of these procedures are clinically proven to be safe and effective, and none are federally approved.
I didn't know it was unproven or unsubstantiated. The fact that everybody had this great success, there were no risks. Doctors are telling you this, you have confidence in doctors. I would jumped right into it.
The South Florida Sun Sentinel investigation has found some of these clinics' medical procedures are questionable, such as injecting patients with experimental stem cell solutions in both eyes at the same time, risking blindness.
In the beginning, I only did one eye, but having done several hundred eyes with no complications, I then felt it was safe to do both eyes. But it depends what you're doing. I'm using your stem cells. There's nothing proprietary.
Stem cells can regenerate themselves and build replacement cells in tissue where there is damage. George GIBSON, a retiree from the Philadelphia area with a damaged optic nerve, traveled to Florida to be treated at Weiss's clinic.
The day before I had the operation, there were no lesions or membrane over that retina. It came after the operation with the stem cells.
Scientists say someday stem cells could successfully beat back some of humankind's most challenging diseases, but safe, effective, and clinically proven treatments are years away. Dr. Weiss joins other stem cell clinic operators who say their main motive is to help those whom traditional medicine has failed.
They seek the doctors out, and they go searching through the internet and make a decision based upon, they can't even get advice from their doctors because the doctors will say, oh, that's just experimental, I wouldn't waste my time on that. But the patient is left with, hey, I want to live.
I am not God. All I can promise is I will do my best.
Although doctors say the patients know the treatments are experimental and come with no guarantees, do patients really know? Does reason ever win out over hope when seriously ill people are desperate for solutions?
I get it. I know it's a risk. It wasn't that they needed to go in depth with me. I told them, I know. I went through, I could go blind. You're injecting a random substance from my body into my body in an invasive area. I get it. If you don't have a condition like this, you really can't understand it. Without experiment, how do you find what works?
Dr. Thomas Albini is a retinal specialist and critic of for-profit stem cell clinics.
The whole point of having clinical trials before offering treatments to patients in the regular market is to establish a track record of safety and of efficacy. You want to know that the treatment that you're giving to the patient is worth it, that the benefits of that treatment outweigh the risks.
The FDA in November announced a crackdown, saying its primary enforcement targets would be clinics doing procedures it considers dangerous. The agency also threatened what it called bad actors with shutting down facilities, seizing their property, or filing criminal actions. TAMMY, a patient of the Lung Institute of Tampa and riddled with lung disease, 2 years ago pinned her hopes for a better life on a stem cell treatment that has never been clinically proven to work.
He said that the first few weeks I should be able to take my oxygen off 10 minutes at a time. And then within 3 to 6 months, I should be completely weaned off of oxygen. And within the first several weeks, there was no way I could go 10 minutes. These were like vitamins and supplements that they recommended that you take so the stem cells would work. I'm spending $7,500, and then I need this medicine. I knew that I couldn't borrow no more money. I've already put my only thing I own in it up to borrow. I was so hopeful that I was going to get better and live a life, but I'm just getting upset. These people can just lie to you about this stuff.